Shabbat Shalom Mishpacha. This is a directed message to all the students. I may have given you some different exercises for different students to perform, which you need to perform so that you can engage the results based on the timings that have been given you. Some of them may have been 22 days, some of them may have been 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. I want you to remember that two things are very important. Number one, the new moon day. It's very important. Number two, the most important things that we do are the festivals, 7 festivals that we have. And number three, a very important thing is to have your calendar with you. You know, we have the Enoch calendar. I think most of you have it. If you don't have it, it's on Abrahamic-Faith-info under Ask the Rabbi. The calendar is there. You can download it. It will give you the new calendar month day. It's called Rosh. It's called Rosh Day or New Month Day. It will say something of that order on the calendar, and you'll be able to use that. Now, the most important thing, apart from the fact that you can do different techniques for your imagination, one thing to speed yourselves up, speed your manifestations up, is I always say, and this has been tested by some of you and myself, is that you need to become the object. In order for you to become the object is when the object becomes you. In other words, it comes into your life, into 3D. When the object is not into your 3D, you're not going to be able to receive it so quickly because you're not that object. And you hear this talk about, in the law of attraction circles, you hear the talk about aligning yourself, aligning your vibrations. In a nutshell, what it simply means is not so much that you align your vibrations with a car or with a house. It means that you align yourself. It means that you become the object. Okay? So if you wanted to have a house, you have to become the house. So when you say, I have a 3-bedroom house, or you say, I live in a 3-bedroom house. Or you might say, I own a 3-bedroom house. All those 3 ways, or I am a 3-bedroom house. All those different ways sound all plausible. They sound nice. You have to say it every day, day in, day out, before that thing will transpire. It could take a while. It could take time. There is a time gap. That time gap is what we are dealing with in our world, because we are not placed in eternity. We are placed in a world where there is time. God is outside eternity. So in order to use the God power that is given us, we have to imagine ourselves to be living in eternity, not living in time zones. With time zones, you're going to struggle. With logic, you're going to struggle to bring your things about. So how do we become the object? I'm going to give you some examples, and I'm going to leave you something that you can do. Some examples is this. Some of you would desire to have $1 million. Now, number of ways to say it: I am $1 million, I have $1 million, I am becoming a millionaire, I have $1 million in my account, or I have received $1 million in my account. These are the different ways. But these are not the most powerful ways to say it. The most powerful way to say it is to set yourself an amount. For some of you, it might be $1 million, which I think is peanuts, because you go out to buy a house today in America, and you may spend $400,000 to $500,000 for a house in some good areas, and by the time you finish with your house, you already spent $600,000-$700,000 and you got only $300,000 left. Now you got to worry about taxes, you got to worry about carpets, you got to think about furniture, you got to think about your gardeners, and all those other things, and maybe you spend another $100,000 sorting those things out, and you only got $200,000 left. Now, can you reasonably afford to pay the next 10 years, next decade? Can you afford to pay the next decade of your home insurance by monthly? If a house is $400,000 to $500,000, the bi-monthly insurance on that house, I'm not talking about the other insurance, I'm talking about the tax. The tax on that house is going to be at least $5,000 by 6 monthly or bi-yearly. So you're talking about $10,000 to $12,000 tax. And if you have to pay a 10-year tax just capped at $10,000, you need $100,000 tax. Now, we're not even talking about the insurance bit. The insurance you have to pay for hurricanes and all that. That may be an extra on top. They may charge you, who knows, for that kind of house. They may say you have to pay $1,000 insurance a month. So that's another $12,000 a year insurance issue. So 12 by 12, 144,000 times 10. So your $1 million is going to be well spent before your 10 years are up. You're going to be out. You're going to be looking to sell that home and say, my goodness, I can't afford this house. Boom, you're gone. So this is why I say, don't set your goal to a small amount. Set your goal to an amount that will carry you in business, that you can put into business and put into house, and you can then do both, because your business will run your house. You wouldn't have to worry about tax, insurance, furniture, car, things like that. So first decide what amount do you want. Now, let me just make it simplest. Not to sound too greedy, because you could ask for $100 million is no problem. You could ask for $500 million, no problem. $billion, no problem. But let's make it very simple. Let's go for a $10 million amount, like we did with that guy, with that comedian who put a $10 million check in his pocket. Let's just say we want to manifest $10 million or thereabouts. So how do you do it? How do you become the object? The way you become the object, you will say, these are the words. These are the words that are going to bring it to reality. I am $10 million. Not I have received, not it's in my bank, not it will come. None of those words are powerful enough to do that. The most powerful word is you become the object. And you will say, I am $10 million. Or I am $50 million. Or I am $100 million. Now, first you've decided that you want to be 10 million, 50 million, 100 million, whatever of those you decided. You've decided that. Some of you might say, be conservative and say, you know what, I'll try with 5 million first. It's okay, it's fine. So whatever you've decided, your affirmation would become, I am $10 million, or, whatever amount. Next, I want you to write this down every morning and every evening. I don't care if your hand is, in a crutch. I don't care if your hand's got a plaster on it. You have to write it. I am $10 million. How many words? I am $10 million. 5 words for your life change, to change your life, to make it a better life. You can write this. 5 words is all it takes. Torah is 5 books, and it changes many people's lives. But it took many years to write. So I'm asking you to write 5 words. You can shortcut it. You know, where you say 10 million, you don't have to write exactly 10 million in figures. You can put down 10 and put MIL. That's a shortcut. 10 mil. I am 10 mil dollars, with the dollar sign, of course. I'm $10 million. That's it. I'm $10 million. I am $10 million. I am $100 million. I am $20 million. And so on and so forth. So I want you to write this every day. In the morning, in the evening. Now you may say to me, and these questions come to me, Rabbi, can I write more than one? The answer is yes. If you don't have a problem writing 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 goals a day, writing it daily, morning and evening, then it's your choice. You can do that. But if you have a hard time writing one line of text, then stick to the one line of text. And if you're one of those people say that I don't have any hands, I don't know how to write, then sure, then that's a problem, that's a disability. If you have a disability with a hand, I would suggest you speak it. You speak it 3-4 times a day and 3-4 times a night. I am $10 million. I am $10 million. I am $10 million. I am $10 million. Once you write it, you speak it. I am $10 million. I'm $10 million. Or I'm $50 million. Or I'm $100 million. You speak it. Once you've written it twice, go out there to Walmart. Come on, you got all the, big bookstores out there. There's no excuse for any of you. Go to any of those big bookstores. Go to Walmart, Target. Go to any of these places, even places like Samson's Club, Costco's. You go and buy yourself a notepad which has 5 sections. Some of those have 3 sections, some of those have 5 sections. Get those notepads. On one section, you're going to write this goal I'm asking you, and you're going to write it. I'm not asking you to write it 10 times. No, it's not a 10-time write. 1 time write. You write it 1 time in the morning and 1 time in the evening, but you read it 4 or 5 times daily. After you've written it, read it 4 times in the morning, 4 or 5 times in the evening. Stop. That's all you need to do. Anything else you want to add to it, you can. You have my permission to do so. You know what you want. I don't have to put words into your mouth, and you can do that. If you want to be something else, then you do the same thing. You become that thing. If you want to be a car, you become the car. If you want to be a Mercedes, I am a Mercedes. You become the car. Again, write it 1 time. Speak it 4 or 5 times, twice a day. Okay? I am certain that I have explained it thoroughly, clearly, and this writing will go a long way to accomplishing your goals, and quickly. And if some of you are a little bit tense about how long does it take, how many years is going to take, how many months is going to take, it's not going to take years, how many months is going to take, then you can speed that up by saying that my manifestation goals happen instantly. My manifestation goals happen instantly and daily. My manifestation goals happen instantly and daily. So with that, have a wonderful day and have a wonderful life ahead. Shalom, shalom.